Today we're going to talk about, as a light worker, how to keep your light bright, for lack of a better term. So this past week I attended several different classes through my community, and one of the classes was a mindful meditation class, and part of the class was meditation and part of it was talking about certain concepts. And the instructor of the course talked about how there are impurities in life. And these aren't things such as sin or whatever. These are things that can cause a dissonance within us. And one of the metaphors that he had was a light bulb, and this was just brilliant. I was like, oh! And so this was his story. He's like, these impurities can act kind of like dust on a light bulb, and over time, okay, so when you first have this light bulb, it's bright and it's shiny and you can see all kinds of stuff from it. And then over time, these impurities are like a layer of dust, and it gathers just kind of one speck at a time. And over time, you realize, you're like, oh my gosh, that light bulb is so dim. And so you take it out and you wash it and then you put it back in and you're like, oh yay, it's all bright again. So this week's challenge is based off of that concept. So part one of the challenge is look at who you hang out with. And look at this kind of light bulb as sort of like a metaphor. So look at who you hang out with, and the people that you hang out with is your environment that you are in as a light worker. Most of you watching this video are light workers of some sort, whether you're a life coach, a psychic, a spiritual entrepreneur, an energy worker, a healer. So the people that you hang out with are your environment. Excuse me. And the second thing is, when you hang out with these people, whether it's one person or a group of people, use discernment and really check in with yourself and ask yourself, how do you feel? Now, many times when we are hanging out with people that are not of a high vibrational frequency like we are, many times we have to kind of lower our energy a little bit to be with them and hang out with them. And many times after we hang out with people like that, we end up feeling drained and whatnot. So look at where or who you hang out with that you choose to self-sacrifice your happiness for theirs. So what I mean by that is, let's just say that when you share something that's really exciting about your life and you're like, yay, oh my gosh, this is what happened, oh, you know, you're so excited, and then this person or these people then kind of start to get irked by it. Maybe they think you're bragging, or maybe they think you're gloating or whatever. And now many times there are people that just don't understand the work that we do, and so they may not understand why or how certain things could get us excited about that we talk about. So look at where you're choosing to censor yourself or dampen your excitement or tone yourself down for the comfort of others. Now, this is something that I know a lot of us do, simply because a lot of us that are watching this video have a really fulfilling life and have a sense of purpose and passion in our life. And so look at where you're choosing to self-sacrifice yourself for someone else's supposed happiness, or where you're choosing to censor yourself. Now, recently, I shared a quote with several of my friends and also put it on my Facebook page, and I wrote a quote that said, "Time to be me uncensored." And there was several really strong comments about that, about, you know, well, why would you be in any type of relationship, whether it's with a single person or with several people, regardless of the environment, if it's a working relationship, if it's a team project or whatever, why would you choose to censor yourself in the first place? And so that, I have to say, when we as light workers and when we as positive people hang out with people that are not, whether it be positive or light workers, many times some of our comments go criticized or go kind of go awry, meaning that they're not taken with the intention that we intend them to be taken, which is excited and wholeheartedly just being excited about life and what it is that we do. And so when we receive criticism, many times that's kind of like that dust being kind of sprinkled over that light bulb. that we realize that, well, certain words and certain phrases and certain levels of excitement are not acceptable to certain groups of people that we hang out with. And so because many people want to be accepted and many people want to not be ostracized or not be criticized, we learn to just censor ourselves and, well, I'm not going to say this word because that will elicit this, type of response from so-and-so or from this group of people. And this censorship happens very, very subtly and very gradually over time. And that, just like the light bulb, is just like that dust that gathers on a light bulb. And over time, you realize how dim and dusty that you are, or that your light is. And so this week's challenge is all about that. It's to uncover the dust and to recognize the dust that's there, or the dimness that we've put on ourselves. So this week's challenge is, look at who you hang out with, the groups of people, the individual people, and check in with yourself, check in with your energy, and ask yourself, where am I censoring myself? Where am I self-sacrificing my happiness or my level of excitement for life and my work for someone else's comfort or for someone else's happiness? And use discernment and ask yourself, if I'm choosing to censor myself around this person, why am I choosing to be in a relationship with this person? Now, these are relationships of all kinds, whether it's a working relationship, just a neighborly relationship, or an intimate relationship. So when I say relationship, that's a relationship of all kinds. So really ask yourself, why are you choosing to be in the company of people who you are choosing to censor yourself for or with? And know that it's okay to not hang out with those people that don't celebrate you, because everyone should be celebrated. Everyone, and I've said this in many videos in the past, is we should all raise each other up higher than ourselves. And in doing so, we are all raised up higher, and we're all allowed to succeed, and we're all allowed to just flourish and shine so bright and be excited and be happy for other people's successes. Because when we enjoy other people's successes, that raises our own vibration, and it raises our own level of positivity and happiness, which in turn can bring more of that into our life. So that's this week's challenge. Look at who you hang out with, check in with yourself, be mindful of your energy level, be mindful of where you're self-sacrificing and where you're choosing to censor yourself for the sake of others' comfort. And allow yourself to get out that washcloth and polish your light and get rid of and clear off all that old dust and that old stagnant energy, and allow yourself to shine really, really bright. So bright, in fact, that you'll act as a beacon for other people. Yay! Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media platform, as well as an email. And if you've really loved it, please subscribe so you won't miss one single episode of Fearless Friday. Until next week, I'm wishing you a fearless and fabulous day.